Alrighty, today's day one of the 16-week prep. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's time for my first weigh-in. Let's see where we're at. Wait a minute. There we go. £226. That's where I'm at. That's how I look at 226. We doing good. So, cardio's on the way. About to get to it. Just want to first start off by saying what I'm taking for my cutting stack, I guess you say, or fat burners. This is just Tested Eyes from Species Nutrition. I'm a huge fan. Huge fan of Dave Lowe. And these are just caffeine pills, as you can tell. Nothing fancy about them. You know, both are on Amazon. This is just to give me that crazy ass energy, especially in the morning. Right, I'm about to do my cardio. You know what I mean? So, pop these 2 bad boys in. 3 of these. 2 of these. And we'll start the cardio. Okay, we're starting our cardio. I'm doing only 30 minutes starting off, 7 days a week. I like to do slow, steady cardio when starting to reduce my weight, because when you start doing those HIIT techniques, you start tapping into glucose energy or rapid energy, and I kind of you want to save that for your actual workout. And not to mention, when you start doing stuff like that too, you tend to not only you losing weight, we tend to burn muscle that way. So as long as you do your slow and steady cardio, like I'm doing here, which I'm just walking for 30 minutes, that's it. You'll reduce the chances of you burning your glucose and going into your stored body fat instead. Because when you're doing this, you're basically telling your body that we don't need rapid energy to do what the exercise we're doing now. So if we don't need rapid energy, it's gonna go and convert into your fat energy cells. And that's pretty much what I do for cardio. I keep the rapid energy or the glucose energy for my workouts. When it's high intensity, then that's when you want to save that for your workout. But when you're doing your cardio, you should do nothing like just slow, steady walking, either on a treadmill, like at 2-3 miles an hour with an incline of like 2.5. You do it for 30 minutes. As long as you do that for 30 minutes, keep your food in a deficit, you should always be burning or losing weight. And not only losing weight, but burning into your fat cells, because you want to keep the muscle. That's the whole purpose of this. You keep the muscle, but lose the fat. In order for you to do that, keep a small deficit, do a slow, steady cardio. I'm starting at 30 minutes. Anyway, you can start 15 minutes if you want, 20, 25. I like to start at 30, and I'll do this for 7 days, every day. Even on my days off, even if I'm not going to hit in the gym that day, I'm still going to go ahead and do my cardio every morning for 30 minutes. And as the weeks go by, I start to realize that I'll come into a plateau, then I'll up it to another 10, 15 more minutes throughout the day. I should get I should be able to do no more than maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half of cardio after this 16-week prep. Any more than that, and then it's kind of like overkill. I mean, personally, and that means you gotta start messing with food. But hour to hour and a half tops should be plenty of cardio each day, and that's where we're at. See when I get done. Okay, the 30 minutes of cardio is done. Now it's time to get my meals prepped up and ready to go to work. So, let's see if I can switch this off. Nope. Okay. Well, so that's the hard part for a lot of people. Me, when I do my meals, I do it so it's boring, simple, easy to calculate, and I just repeatedly do it every single day. I believe that's the easiest way to do it. A lot of people always try to make these fancy meals and this and that, and it kind of messes up the calories. And not to mention, it's hard to do on a daily basis to make these awesome, low calorie dense meals. I mean, you for dinner, I could see it, but if you have the time to do it every day, then have at it. But me personally, I'm always on the go. I want to keep going. I just want to get the simple stuff out the way, my simple foods, and calculate it, and then get on the road. And the reason why I like doing that every day, so that way I know how many calories are coming in or how many calories I'm consuming that day. So at the end of the week, when I do my weigh-in, I'll know if I gain weight, then I just reduce the food I have now. Or if I lose too much weight, like I want to say, like the first week or two, you're gonna lose a lot of weight. This is the bottom line, because you're changing your diet, so a lot of carbs are reduced, and proper nutrients are coming in. So therefore, you have a lot of water weight. So you might lose 5, 6, 7 pounds that first week. But just because you lost that much weight or that much weight in that week doesn't necessarily mean it was a lot of fat. Chances are it was just a lot of water weight. Some fat, but most water weight. So don't change your diet right away. No, if you lost 7 pounds, yeah, or you're freaking out, like, oh my God, I lost so much weight, I need to change the diet. Don't change the diet. That's just water weight. Just keep the diet the same until you get to that point where you're only losing like 1 pound or 2 pounds a week. Then that's when you know, like, okay, you're at the your metabolism is starting to slow down. But still don't change the way you're eating. Then neither. You're only going to change the way you eat when you weigh yourself and you're still the same weight as you were last week. And even then, you don't want to change your diet. The last thing you want to do is to change what you're eating, because you want to consume as many calories as you can throughout your prep, so that way you don't starve. Because the last 3-4 weeks, it's going to be that's when you're really going to start cutting calories, and that's when it's really it's really going to hurt. Or that's where you're going to suffer, I guess you could say. So my advice is, like, when you start to realize, oh, I haven't lost that weight that week, and then just up the cardio, maybe do a few more sets in your workouts, and we'll talk about my workout later on. But yeah, the last thing you want to do is cut your food. That's you leave that for the last. I'm talking about get your if you're not losing weight, up the cardio. If that doesn't work, make your workout more intense. Maybe add a few more sets inside your workouts, or another exercise. If that doesn't work, then try trying some fat burners. All these other tools you could use before cutting your food, because you want to have as much as food you can when you're cutting. With that being said, this is how I eat. This is plain and simple. This is 5 meals. Actually, I'm having a total of 7 meals. So it's gonna be 5 meals at 6, 8, 10, 12, 2. Then I have my workout at 4. Then I have my second to last meal at 6, and then I'm gonna have my shake around 6:30. I find that I like to eat every 2 hours, because I don't starve. Every 3 hours, you can hang every 3 hours, that's fine. But every 2 hours for me seems to work. Like, it makes you stay on track, and doesn't maybe come off how the way I'm eating. So yeah, every 2 hours, I just feel full. It's very hard to it's very hard to get hungry when you're eating every 2 hours, basically. Every 3 hours is a good chance. Every 5 hours, yeah, you're going to get hungry. But if you eat every 2 hours, spread it out, then your hunger is very less. Okay. So this is what I'm eating. You can tell. That's all it is. It's 6 ounces of chicken, 80 grams of spinach, 30 grams of mozzarella cheese, and 14 grams of avocado oil inside there. That's it. 6, 8, 10, 12, 2. And then for my 6th meal, it's going to be 8 ounces of ground turkey 90-10. These tortillas I have, this is if I have them here or not. I have to buy them out of here. This is my favorite here. They're called, these right here. These are Lay's. The reason why I'm a huge fan of these bad boys is because look at those calories. You can see it. See? Oh, it fell out. 50 calories. Only have 3 grams of net carbs. Let me put this down real quick because I just fell. I wrap this up with my 8 ounces of ground turkey, another 80 grams or 50 grams of spinach. I'll show you right now. bad boy right here. This is my go-to right here. One of them. This cat right here. This sugar-free barbecue sauce. I mean, the calories on this thing is insane. Right here. So that's 20 calories. You see that? Any carbs in there? That's a 1 gram of carb. No sugar. So this is my bad boy right here. And then I don't have the other one, but he has the barbecue sauce and everything like that. And that's what actually is inside here, the barbecue sauce. What I do is I actually grind up my chicken. Actually grind up the chicken. You can tell, see it's brown. And I put the sugar-free barbecue sauce in there. Just big old pot and get it going. So yeah, that's how I'm eating. I know it's a tough gig, but you know, sometimes this is what you got to do in order to get it going. As you can tell, there's no carbs in here, not in this particular meals. But at the end of the day, it's when I have my carbs, and I'll explain more of the reason why I do that. So, all right, let's get this going and go to work. Hello, everybody. It is about 8 a.m. and I'm on my second meal. So I guess we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about how I'm eating and the carbs. The reason why I don't put carbs in all my meals except for the end of the day, and the only reason why I eat the carbs I actually do eat is actually the fruits, because I found that for some reason the carbs, my body doesn't seem to utilize it the right way to lose weight. I don't know why, but it makes me, it feels like it retains more in fat and less like glycogen. The energy is awesome, don't get me wrong, but you know, I'm always feeling bloated after each carb meal. I've tried it, the sweet potatoes, the white rice, like oatmeal is my favorite, but it seems to me that the only thing that my body can absorb fairly good without feeling that bloatedness, without feeling like, you know, like I gain weight or, you know, that feeling is fruits. So at the end of my meal, that's why I always have blueberries. Now it's probably not a lot of carbs. It's probably like around maybe close to 100 grams with about 30 grams of fiber, which is around 70. But that's kind of the reason why I don't have carbs in my meals. So that's my body. You know, everybody's body is different. You know, all depends how your metabolism is and you know, how much calories you can burn in a day. You know, all that other good stuff. You know, those people with the good genetics. Me personally, I ain't got my good genetics. So, and over the couple of years I've been cutting, well, that's what I've noticed. And I could be wrong, who knows? But the way that's how I feel and how the way I look each day. So I just eliminate all those complex carbs and just stick to the fruits. The good thing about that though is that when I'm cutting, start to cut food, those blueberries or those fruits I'm going to have at the end of my meal, those are the things I would never cut, because those are the only carbs I actually have. I mean, unless, you know, I need to cut carbs altogether because I'm not seeing, you know, weight reduction, and I'm doing like an hour and a half of cardio, and I'm, you know, and this and that, then I'll start to reduce. But if I'm going to reduce anything, then probably I'll reduce I might reduce starting off with the fats probably, because I think I'm gonna keep the protein is pretty much the same.
Our status changed to on duty.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the reason why you see with little to no carbs. Fiber carbs, as you can tell, you know, you gotta have your veggies. I keep a lot of vegetables, like close to a pound of spinach a day, and I like to keep the spinach high because it keeps me full throughout the day. So that's one of the reasons. That's another trick. You know, you feel like, you know, you don't have enough food. Give yourself each one of these has like 80-90 grams of spinach, and that helps a lot. Like a lot. You know, put a lot of salt on it, pepper, whatever you got to do to make it taste good, and that will help like a tremendously. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't have carbs. But stay tuned, and we'll go ahead and talk about the workout. What's going on, everybody? It is 4 o'clock and it is time to hit the gym. Today I will be working on legs and shoulders. Those are the two muscle groups that I like to combine when doing my exercises. And the reason for it, because I like to work out with one big body part and a small body part. So, for example, like today will be my shoulders and legs. Tomorrow will be my chest and bi, and then the following day will be my back and trunk. So that's what I like to do. Now, how I like to do my splits is I will work on hit it Monday and Tuesday. I will rest on a Wednesday, and then I will hit it again Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then I will rest on Sunday. And the reason why I like to do that is because on Wednesdays my son has a football practice, so I don't really want to work on that day, so I go see him, get his practice on. And then on Sundays, the reason why I like to get Sundays off because it's Sunday family day, so I like to take my kids out to the park or swimming or do something with the family, because as much as I love bodybuilding, I love my family too, and they got to get some time just as much as bodybuilding got to get my time as well. So how I like to do my workouts, what I normally do is in the first three days that or rounds, I guess you could say, I like to hit the big body parts at 4 working exercises, and then my small body parts will be 3 working exercises. And then when I repeat the following week, my small body parts will be 4 exercises and my big parts will be 3 exercises. I try to make sure that every single body part I get hits 24 sets in a week. So let's just say if I were, like today I'm doing my legs and I'm doing shoulders. Legs will be 4 working exercises, and shoulders will be 3 working exercises. And then when I hit it back again later on this week, my shoulders will be 4 working exercises and my legs will be 3 working exercises. I try to make sure that my reps range anywhere from 10 to 15 reps. And that's pretty much how I like to. I actually been doing for a while. It's pretty sweet a little split that I like to do. And like I said, not only because prior to what I said earlier, reason why I like to do that split, but because I try doing 5 days in a row, and when you work 12-13 hour days and then come to the gym every day, after 3-4 days, you're kind of burnt. So I like to get that little rest in between the week, and it makes me feel good. I go home, take a power nap, I go see my kid do his football thing, and in bed by 6, 5 o'clock. You just feel good. I feel really rested when I do it that way. So yeah, that's what I got going on, and it's time to go to the gym. Let's do that. All right, it is now 8:30. Today was a pretty easy day. Like I said, the first week or two when it comes to dieting or trying, or getting back into shape, it's always the easiest one for me personally. It's around 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, so it starts to get really tough. So all in all, today was pretty good. I got in my meals, did my workout, got my Spasmatic t-shirt on. And that's gonna conclude for today. That's pretty much it, you guys. And I'm off to bed now. I'm tired. Gotta get up at 2:30, maybe 3 a.m. which is about 6.5 hours from now, and get ready for day 2. So you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys mañana.